Welcome to Heavenly Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these Western style cupcake decorations. To make the cactus, we're going to take some green fondant. We're going to make the main part of the cactus first. So we're going to roll out a rather thick piece of fondant. About like that. And the top is going to be rounded. And then we can draw with a knife some lines on it that make it kind of have some dimension to it. So just kind of not hard, because we're not trying to really cut into it. We're just giving it some texture. So there's the main part. Then we're going to take smaller sections and create the arms of the cactus. So we do the same thing. Roll it out. And one end needs to be rounded, and then we're just gonna make them angled. I'm not putting them on yet. We'll put them on here in a second. So make one end rounded. So that's how they'll go. Now we'll take and get the spots we want to attach these to moist and wet up the end that we're going to use to attach it with. And then you're going to kind of attach them. And this is going to need to dry overnight so that it'll actually hold its shape. So leave it dry laying down, and then it should hold together and be firm enough that you can stick it into a cupcake in this form. So I'm just doing the same thing that I did with the big part, just giving it some texture by creating some lines in it. And there is your cactus. It's upside down for you. See if I can't carefully turn it over. Just like that. So there's your cactus, and once it dries, you can put it onto a cupcake. And then if you want, actually, you can add right here at the base of the bigger arm a little dollop of some color. It makes it look like it has a little flower growing out of it, just like that. So then it'll stand up straight once it's dried on a cupcake, just like that. To make the cowboy hat, we take a piece of brown fondant, make it into a ball, and then we're slowly forming it into kind of the shape of the top of a cowboy hat. It's kind of bigger on one end, smaller on the other, and I'm just putting a little bit of a dip in the top, like the top of a cowboy hat. And then we're going to take another bit of brown fondant and roll it out flat to make the bill of the hat. Freehanding it, I'm just going to make kind of a circle here. For the hat. So there, we've cut it out. And then that will turn into the actual bill of the hat. But first we want to take a little bit of the fondant. We're going to make a little ring that goes around the edge of the hat, this part of the hat. So I'm going to roll this out to a long thread. Pretty small thread, so I'm going to cut that in half. I want to get it nice and small so that it can go around the edge of the hat. So keep rolling it until you get it to the size you want it. Like I said, you want it pretty small. So I'm going to cut this again. Keep rolling it out till you get it to the size you want. And then what I'm going to actually do is take 2 of these and wind them together to make it look like a little bit of a rope. So it's kind of braided around the hat. You don't have to add this to the cowboy hat, but it adds a little bit of dimension to it. So I'm going to take these, line them up, and I'm going to twirl them together until you get it exactly how you want it. And you can hear my dog barking in the background. So kind of twirl it together so it's looking like a rope. Keep doing that. Oops, I did it reversed. There we go. And when you get to the end, kind of just pinch it and we'll cut it off there. Then we're going to take some of just a damp rag, stick this on here, and then go around with the damp rag and get the base of this wet so that this cord will stick to it. So we situate that on there. And then we're going to take this cord and it's going to go to about there. And we're going to put it on. Push it so that it stays. And then if you want to add a little bit of texture to the hat, you can just play with it. You can even tack it up to the sides if you want. And then play with the bill till you get it a little bit of dimension to it. And then there's your cowboy hat to go on a cupcake. For the sheriff's star, we're going to roll out some yellow fondant. Not too thin because we want to be able to work with it. So, roll it out. And then I'm going to freehand a star here. So, this will be the back of it. People won't see this side of the star. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it out. You can buy star cutters if you want. They work great, I just don't have one. So for this, we'll just freehand it. There's your star. Then I'm gonna flip it over to do the work on it on the other side, so you won't see the lines that I drew. So there, and then we're gonna take a little bit of yellow fondant. We're gonna put a bead on each tip of the star, so they don't need to be really big. So just roll out little round beads to put on the end of each tip. Just like that. So you put it on each point, so 5 little beads right on the point of the star. And then you'll want to write on it sheriff, whatever the sheriff's name you're gonna use. So we're gonna use our Wilton Food Writer markers, edible markers. And we're gonna write on it sheriff in capital letters and then the name of whoever it is. So for this one, we're gonna start with sheriff. Make sure you spell it right. S H. I'm saying it out loud so I don't misspell it. E. You don't want to push very hard with these pins, because they actually dig into the fondant. Sheriff, and then for this I'm using the name Ron. It's a good name. So then be careful when you pick it up that you don't tear it. So you might want to kind of make sure that under all the edges you don't tear it. And then there you have your sheriff's badge. Hope this video has been helpful. Hopefully you've had some fun learning how to make these Western style cupcake decorations. And if you like this video, if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can see more videos where I make all kinds of cupcake decorations and cake decorations. And thank you for your views and your subscriptions. I hope you enjoy having fun trying to make these.